The CNN Election Express is on the road in the Southeast, listening to you and hearing from local politicians after stops in North and South Carolina. TJ Holmes and the Election Express are in Macon, Georgia today. TJ, good to see you, and I know you've got a guest, so let me toss it to you, and let's talk politics.
Yes. Well, Tone, you talked about how Republicans are supposed to take back the House, those 435 seats. With people like this, Republican here, Austin Scott, state legislator, who is here trying to unseat a four-term incumbent Democrat in this district, this 8th district. Thank you for coming out, being with the Election Express. You're up against a Democrat who didn't vote for the health care bill. He supports extending the Bush tax cuts. He's also against overturning the ban on gays in the military. He doesn't sound too much like a Democrat. How do you run against that guy?
Well, I'll tell you, he is a fiscal liberal, is all there is to it. And he's come out recently in an act of desperation and said that he won't vote for Nancy Pelosi again to be the Speaker of the House. You
don't take him at his word.
Absolutely not. He voted for her 4 times to be the Speaker of the House. He's on TV right now saying that he's for a balanced budget amendment to the Constitution, when the fact is he's the only member of the Balanced Budget Caucus to vote to increase the national debt level to $14 trillion. He co-sponsored and voted for card check to give the unions more control of the economy. He's saying a lot of things in the campaign to try to protect his position.
Now, what about you? What are you saying besides what he has done, what he is for and what he's against? What are you saying?
I'm talking a lot about the national debt, and as a 40-year-old with a wife and a son, the mortality tables don't allow me to outrun that $14 trillion. And for us as the younger generation of Americans, we've got a right to enjoy the beauty of this country as well. And so as a small business owner and someone whose business has suffered through this recession, we've made the cuts in our business, and our business is going to come out stronger than it ever was before. I made the cuts as a member of the state legislature, and the state of Georgia's got a balanced budget and a AAA bond rating, and the families who have controlled their debt and their spending limits, and the countries who control their debt and their spending limits are going to come out of the recession the strongest.
Do you feel some pressure to deliver for the GOP right now? You had Minority Leader Boehner down in your district. Clearly, he thinks it's important.
Absolutely. We feel pressure to deliver this seat, but not only for the GOP, but for America. I mean, and again, we need to leave this country better off for the next generation than it is right now, and we've got to get up there and control the national debt. And so if you look at the two positions, a lot of the things that my opponent says are the same things that I'm saying about balancing the budget. But the fact of the matter is, he is the only member of the Balanced Budget Caucus to vote to raise that national debt limit to $14 trillion, and there's a disconnect between his statements when he's in Georgia and what he's actually voting for when he's in Washington.
All right, last thing, you want to repeal the health care law?
Absolutely, I want to repeal the health care law. Look, the American public does not want federal control over their health care. And even people who wanted expanded benefits for the uninsured did not want a federal takeover of their health care.
There's some good in there. Would you say you want to keep the goods in there, letting young adults stay on until 26 with their parents, kids with pre-existing conditions?
Yeah.
Would you be okay with keeping those things?
I'd like to start over completely. I think those things should be left up to the individual states, and I think that the states
So not the federal government. You don't think those are good enough that the federal government should keep those in place?
I do not believe that the federal government should have control over the health care system. I think that the states should determine whether or not they want those issues in their health insurance.
Okay, well,
state level.
This might be one of the ones, Stone. Remember the name? You might be seeing him up on the Capitol Hill, Tony, but this is one of the districts the GOP has targeted.
TJ, we don't have time for
Austin Scott here.
Absolutely, we don't have time for it right now. But put the double box back up. TJ, you still there? Okay. We don't have time for the answer right now, but I would love for you to ask Austin Scott what he specifically wants to do in terms of balancing the budget with Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, and defense spending. And maybe you can send that sound along the line, and we can throw it on the air next hour. Specifically
We
on
will 100% get it for you.
You're the man. All right, TJ, appreciate it.
100% get it for you, Tony.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
And we should add here that TJ will be talking to Representative Jim Marshall in the 3 p.m. Eastern hour of CNN Newsroom.